Hello everyone, it's Beverly, my Messy Room stamper, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, coming to you from New Hampshire this morning. I'm going to start a new program out here on my YouTube channel. We're going to call it Funfold Friday. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to do some fun folds with you. Fancy folds, fun folds, people call them different things. Just to give you some a little different to use in your card making. Today we're going to do, I don't even know the name of it. If we do it correctly, it's going to end up something like this. And hopefully we'll do it correctly. I'm going to use the Timeless Tulips stamp set. Itty Bitty Greetings. I'm going to use the Easter Blessings out of this. We're going to use some Whisper White, Fleur Flamingo, and this is the green gingham from it's Granny Apple Green from the Brights Designer Series paper. So let's get started. I'll move this out of the way. So you're going to take a piece of cardstock 8.5 by 11, and let me grab this. And we're going to do some scoring before we do some cutting. So we're going to insert it into the trimmer, and I'm going to score it at 5.5. I'm going to run it up and down a couple of times, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Now, one piece of cardstock will make 2 of these cards, so that's kind of a nice thing. So now, if you can see this, you'll see it's like 4 squares on this piece of paper, right? Now I'm going to put it in diagonally. And what I'm going to do is cut it from corner to corner. And watch I cut it from corner to corner, I'm going to have 2 cards. So watch carefully. See if I can get this to go down. Oh. And I'm going to try to get it right. Sometimes I have a little bit of trouble. And because the trimmer isn't really made to do it this way, you get off just a little bit. So you don't actually get the very bottom. So I'm going to come back in here and just cut up to it. Not that big a deal if your hands aren't shaking from 2 cups of coffee. Okay, there you go. So now I have 2 cards, right? I'm trying to decide how I wanted to do it. So I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So we're going to bend this down. This one will come down, and use my bone folder to burnish it down. And this one will come in, just like this. And truly, if you have any excess, if it doesn't cut perfectly, I mean, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfectionist, so it's not going to matter to me. But if it does to you, you can just cut it off. Nobody's going to notice it. So there's your basic card. You're going to flip. This one goes up, this one goes out, and there you have it, right? Perfect. It's not perfect, but you know what I'm saying. It's pretty perfect. Okay, so we'll put this one aside. And now for the centerpiece, for this piece here, we're going to cut 2 layers, and I've already done that. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. This is Fleur de Flamingo, and this is 2.5 by 4. And I'm going to put it together like that, okay? Then I'm going to cut a piece for the inside. I don't know why, because it's white already. So I don't think I'm going to use this piece. But if you had a different color, you would use it to put in here. But I am going to stamp on this. Now, if you wanted to do layers on top of this, which is what I want to do, you're going to cut it just as if this was a regular card that went up like this. You're going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. So here we go. 4 by 5 1/4. And there's nothing hard about this. It's just got some measurements to it. Okay, so now if I were to put this on and it was a regular card, it'd be like that. So watch, this is magical. I'm going to cut it on the diagonal again, because everything about this card is a diagonal fold. And now I have 2 pieces, okay? One of them is going to go here, and it'll have a little teeny border. And one of them will go here with a little teeny border. And so I'm going to move this out of the way, because that's all the cutting I'm going to do. And let's just go ahead and adhere this to the, you could use either side. Or not. You can't. You have to do it on the, oh, that's a great tip. You have to do it on the side that you cut, just so as you know. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna adhere it down. It's got just a little teeny border to it, you know, just like a regular card would. There you go. And I'm gonna do the other side. Now this is Granny Apple Green, and I actually had the ribbon out, and I don't know, I just thought it was brighter, but I like the ink, so we're going to use it. So now you can see the card is starting to come together, come to life, so to speak. So we have this, and we have this, okay? Now we're going to stamp on this. Now this is going to be the tricky part for me, because I'm trying to establish something that I don't know if I can do or not. So first off, I'm going to, let me just get out what I need here. I need this one. I'm going to use the medium-sized one and the small tulip. I know I'm rushing spring just a little bit, but I just kind of want it to, I thought I had another one of these, but I guess I don't. I just wanted something springy. It's a little dull here today, so Flirty Flamingo is the color I'm going to use for the tulips. Don't ask me if you can have a flower that way, because I don't know, but it's an imaginary world I live in, so. So I'm going to stamp it right here. Right, I'm going to kind of center it, but it doesn't really matter if it's centered or not. Just give it a sec and pick it up. And this, you know, I keep meaning to check this. I believe this is a distinctive stamp. I just love the dimension it has. And then I'm going to give it one on each side. So I'm going to come over here and put one here. And one on the other side. Okay. Let me just clean it off just to do that. Okay, now, get off. Get off. That's all that I'm going to do with that right now. Actually, I think I'm finished with that. So now I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green and I'm going to stamp the stems. Now the stems give me a little bit of trouble, but I'm going to fix it, so you'll see. So I'm going to bring the stem sort of straight down, try to make sure that it hits the bulb itself. Okay. Then I'm going to try to make them touch. There you go. It's pretty nice. And one more time. And that turned out pretty good, actually. I love when a plan comes together. Now I'm going to take the smaller of the leaves. And I'm going to come down and put it right like this, okay? I'm going to use the longer block because I like the... You're going to see, I turn this paper all kinds of different ways because it helps me to see what I'm doing better. So I'm going to come and put it right about there. I got to tell you, I found this to be the most difficult because I was trying to do something I wasn't sure I could do. And then I'm going to put this one right about, and this really works nicely. And I discovered this when I was working on this card. This butts up against these very nicely. So there you have that. And that's your main piece right there. So I'm just going to pull all these off really quick. Get rid of them. So that is the tulips, Timeless Tulips. It's a great stamp set. And it does come with a punch that you can punch them out and move them around if you'd like. I decided not to do that. So I'm going to adhere this to the Flirty Flamingo. Some snail. I think I just ran out of it. I'm not sure. Oh, I did want that back. Well, anyway. So there's that. Now watch it when it comes up on here. It looks really great. See how pretty that is? It pops right up. Now, This is the situation you have to think about when you go to adhere this down. And you can pop this up. There's no reason that you can't. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to. It might be easier for you if you do. So let's turn it over. I don't know why I want to turn it over, but I do. And I've got to find my dimensionals. I'm sorry about my arm. I have this pack of dimensionals that won't give me the back off of. So remember, you can only bring it down like right here. So just beware of that when you're putting your dimensionals on. And it might actually help you to keep laying it down or looking at it down there. So see, watch this. So I see where I want it. So I know I want another one like here. I don't know how many I'm going to put. I'm not a big dimensional, like gobs of them, but some people like cover them with it. And I say that all the time, but I'm not that person. So I want one here, like right about there. And how about one in the middle? I'd like to be able to get one more off without having to fight it. Let's do it one more time. So see, just keep coming back to it. I know it's kind of cumbersome to do that, but that makes sure that you get it so the card will still open. Because if you put it down and you adhere it all the way over like you would normally do, the card won't open, and you don't want that to happen. So there's my dimensionals. And now I'm just going to square it up. Right about there. And now my card opens. See? Now, I don't particularly care for the, I think it turned out really well there, but it's not my favorite thing. So I'm going to, I'm just trying to find my mini dimensionals. I'm going to stamp a sentiment here. There's a sentiment in here. Oh, not in this one. It's in this one. Easter blessings. And so I'm going to stamp that. And I'm going to stamp it in the early espresso. I didn't want it in black. I thought the black was too harsh. I have a little piece of paper here. That's what I'm looking for. But I don't see it now, so let's use this piece. And I'm going to use the classic label punch to punch it out. So I'm just going to put it right here. I like punches for sentiments because then if I stamp them in correctly on the paper, I have another chance to come back with the, with the punch to get it right. So I'm going to just try it like that. And now I'm going to use the little dimensionals to just put it here. And then what it does is just hides that spot at the bottom. And I'm only going to use 2 of these, one on each end. And put it down. I'll bring my card back into the camera. So see how cute that is? It turned out really cute. Now, I just feel like this is so white on the inside that we need something else. So we can do a couple of things here. And the one I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the big, let's just show you and see what you like. I'm going to put this like right here. And where did I lay that? And let's look at this. Now that seems a little large to me for the inside. So I'm going to go back to my medium flower. And maybe I'll put a medium flower and a small flower. Or just the medium flower. Let's just have the medium flower and have it come down. Just like this. And we'll do that again in Flirty Flamingo. The other thing you can do is, actually, I think that's what I will do. I know I'm changing my mind, but, you know, I'm a stamper. Stampers change their mind as they go along. And they make a mess. Get over there. So we can put this here. And then let's do this. Turn it over here. like that. And then we'll grab this and we'll just bring it off the paper. Just so it has branches, you know what I mean? Branches, stems. Stems are good. Does anybody have tulips blooming? I'm months before that happens here in New Hampshire. It's raining here today, so the snow is melting, but this is not the way I wanted it. I wanted it straighter, so now I have ink on my finger. Let's bring it here. And then let's bring this one here. And across it over. And there you go. So now you have something on the inside and something on the outside. And there you have it. So I think it turns into a beautiful card. It's something different for you to send someone. Not the usual thing. Makes your mind work a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed my Funfold Friday. I'll be back next week with another one. Again, this is the Timeless Tulips stamp set, which does come with a punch. And I use the Itty Bitty Greetings. I love this stamp set. It has so many things, and they're small. You can get them in small spots. Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, and Early Espresso. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me today. Please shop my online store over at my blog at mymessyroomstamper.blogspot.com. I post over there 2 times a week, and you can go over there anytime and see creations I've made. I'd appreciate your business, and you can do that. Give me your business by stamping on my online store and ordering from me there. I'll put the dimensions in the description for you so you can see what they are. If you have any questions, please notify me, and I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day. Bye.